Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tuesday, 30th July 2019. A snake seen by one man can easily become a python. That adage holds very, very true. Earlier last week, I should start by saying, I saw a news feed on social media that said 139 villages, towns, local government areas have been seized by the Nigerian government and given or allocated to Fulanis coming from other parts of West Africa. It's easy to read these things or hear these things and just look the other way. Not for me, but for a lot of people, it's easy to just look the other way. But as I earlier mentioned, a snake seen by one man can easily become a python. Until something happens to you, it looks like it's something that is not going on. It's just something on social media that people are passing around. Now, one of these 139 villages / local government areas or towns, whatever you choose to call them, one of them is my village. Now, I'll just read off some of the villages that are on that list. Amakohia Ubi, Mbaitoli, Owerri Town, Isikenesi. What bothered me the most, I'm aware of the territory grab that the Nigerian government is doing and giving to Fulani herdsmen or Fulanis from other parts of West Africa, whatever title they choose to give to them. What shocked me the most is when my father came to me with this list and said, our village, my village, sold land to these people for 500,000 naira. So for 500,000 naira, we sold our birthright. For 500,000 naira, we gave access to people who could not get access into our territory during the Nigerian Biafran Civil War. My dad always tells me stories about the war, and my village was never fully penetrated by the Nigerian government, by the Nigerian army, rather. But then in 2019, they just paid 500,000 naira and they were able to get access. They now have legal title to the property that they will now make their homestead. You see, this is what hunger and desperation does to people. So we as a people have been placed in a situation where we're so desperate. Most people don't even know where their daily meals will come from, that they will sign away their birthright property for 500,000 naira. And I know some people are going to say, well, why don't you give them the 500,000 naira? You make it sound like it's small money. In the grand scheme of things to be lost, it is chicken change. How many people are going to eat from that 500,000 naira? I know that as far as I know, none of my relatives signed that document, or came to that agreement to sell the property. So which chiefs and elders are making these deals and taking the money? And how many people are they feeding with that money? We need to start holding our elders accountable. We need to start holding all these chiefs and high chiefs, whatever they call themselves, these men with titles, accountable. People who claim to represent the people have to represent the best interests of the people and do things that will improve the lives of their people, not things that will come back to bite everybody years from now. As a matter of fact, it's biting us right now. When someone legally owns title to property, how do you get it back? Do you think they'll sell it back to you for 500,000 naira? I seriously doubt it. 139 villages and local government areas. And this is just as of when I last checked, a few days ago. I'm quite sure the number will increase as time goes on. Fast, it will increase. When people like Nnamdi Kanu talk about saboteurs and how we sell each other out as Biafrans. When you sell this piece of property today, what are the repercussions in the future? It is really, really, truly sad that this is happening. Those of us that are fighting in one way or the other to free ourselves from this bondage that we are in, called Nigeria, this artificial creation that we've been all forced to be a part of. When we fight to be free from it, to gain our independence and create better lives for ourselves, where we don't have young people fleeing the nation to go to other places and dying en route to those places. Young people dying in Libya trying to get to Europe. People, out of desperation, falling into the hands of kidnappers and slave traders and organ stealers. All because of a government that has made it absolutely clear that if you're from a certain part of the country, your life is not worth anything. I read an article a few days ago, and I'm going to paraphrase. I think it's an article written either by Obasanjo, or it cited something Obasanjo said, and the word tame, T-A-M-E, was used. That the Igbos cannot be tamed. Why do you need to tame us? Why do you need to tame Igbo people? What is it about us that you find so threatening that you need to tame us? That article just shows the immense divide and suspicion, mistrust that exists amongst ethnic groups in the country, especially a divide between North and South, specifically North and Southeast. 139 villages and counting being seized by the Nigerian government. I'm beginning to question, I am questioning the legitimacy of whatever legal title these Fulani herdsmen or Fulanis from other parts of West Africa, or even the Nigerian government have, on these properties. Because who are they consulting to sell land that actually belongs to a group of people, to sell it to another group? Who was consulted? What notice was given? Ladies and gentlemen, we have to open our eyes. Titan Onora, we have to wake up from sleep. I am Moranya Kazu, because it's happening. This is not a covert war going on in Nigeria. This is outright war against the people. And the international community, as far as I can see and hear, are turning a blind eye. There is a slow genocide taking place. And hopefully we can all be on board to fight it in whatever way we can before it is truly, truly too late. Let's all stand for something, or else we and our culture will die for nothing.